City of Portland, Oregon is one of the most prosperous cities in the United States. Portland is surrounded by various companies and businesses that have continually urbanized Portland since the 1970s. But yet, in this steady urbanization, our town is still over 20% poverty rate. These desperate times have affected many families in the city of Portland and all around our country. How can we, as American citizens, be proud of living in such a great nation when there are still people on the streets today going to sleep hungry? Portland's homeless citizens are stereotyped as a subculture, becoming outcasted by society's idea of worthiness for help. These people have been victims of rape, abuse, drug abuse, and all-around negativity. The basic needs of the homeless in Portland, which are food, clean water, shelter, and medicine, have overwhelmed the city's budgets, governmental programs, and nonprofit organizations. In order for the city of Portland to interrupt this perpetual cycle, new strategies must be explored. The cycle of homelessness will continue to grow and negatively impact the city unless there is something that can be done to help these citizens, representing not only a helping hand, but an opportunity for a better life.
In 2010, Oregon Housing and Community Services reported that children make up 31% of Oregon's homeless population. The number of homeless families with children increased 33% from previous years. After performing a one-night count, OHSC's partner identified 19,207 people experiencing homelessness in January 2010, up from 17,122 people from 2009. In addition, between the 2009 and 2010 count, there was a 21% increase in number of people counted on the street. Most concerning, the number of children counted as homeless increased 36% to 5,866 children. When imagining homelessness, people tend to think of a population of middle-aged elderly males with an alcohol or drug addiction. But reports similar to ones performed by OHCS are revealing a much different reality. Because of the viability of a state of Oregon relies on the success of its youth, steps must be taken to understand the cause of the increase in children homelessness. One cause that cannot be ignored is the effect of unemployment on Oregon's families. More than one-third of the households counted by OHCS attributed to their homelessness to unemployment. OHCS Deputy Director Rick Krager responds to the statistics. In ordinary times, we would expect the number of people counted to fall with the Portland street count. These numbers are proof the economic conditions of the state, driven primarily by employment, have brought unprecedented levels of homelessness. An astonishing number of families with children are unemployed and on the streets. Asking what can Oregonians do to help these families? Is the next step in reversing this number? This needs for social change calls not only for help from individuals, but also on community leaders like nonprofit organizations and corporations to design employment opportunities for families. The combination of a nonprofit social resource and corporations' economic resources can place these vulnerable families in long-term employment and subsequently off the streets.
Hi there, my name is Skylar Curtis, and I'm here to show you the data and statistics of homeless population in Portland. As you can see from the annual homeless profile, single adults in Portland equal up to 58%, as well as family adults with children equal up to 14%, and there are family children with another 14%. Domestic violence, 10%. Youth without adults, 4%. We've also recorded conditions based on annual numbers here. As you can see, many have chemical addictions, up to 30%. Mental illness equals up to 18%. And no record issue, 52%. A lot of people out there seeking shelter of certain characteristics as well. As you can see, there are veterans, and those equal up to 8%. Domestic violence, 18%. And the biggest of all, disability, 70%. And those from corrections equal up to 5%. Race described by homeless, About 50% describe themselves as white. 19% describe themselves as black, and the others describe themselves as 31% of the population.
In order for the city of Portland to interrupt this perpetual cycle, new strategies must be explored. The cycle of homelessness will continue to grow and negatively impact the city unless there is something that can be done to help these citizens, representing not only a helping hand, but an opportunity for a better life.
I feel like I'm part of society, and I feel like I have something to offer. I have something to give back. And that's a good feeling. It's way better than hopelessness. Street Roots is, to me, well, it's a saving grace for me. It was right on time. It's really what I needed. I felt I had nothing left to give. And Street Roots is a place that I can be accepted for who I am, where I am in life. I gotta feel like I belong, and I gotta be wanted by somebody. And I feel that at Street Roots.
Hi, my name is Lynn Harrelson. I would like to talk to you about Street Roots. Street Roots has one of the most effective strategies that have been able to reduce Portland's cost of maintaining the health of its homeless citizens and its creation of partnerships and coalitions between corporate philanthropists and nonprofit charitable organizations. Combining corporate resources with the mobility and efforts of nonprofit charities, the reduction of homelessness in Portland can become a reality. There is hope within our city, a company dedicated to helping the homeless community not only earn a living, but helping those individuals build a career they can count on continually and give them work and a means to live. This company is Street Roots. Street Roots creates income opportunities for people experiencing homelessness and poverty by producing a newspaper and other media which are catalysts for that individual. Street Roots is a proud member of the Society of Professional Journalists. They are active members of the North American Street Newspaper Association with an acronym of NASNA and the International Network of Street Newspapers, the INSP. Street Roots is also a proud member of the Western Regional Advocacy Project. It is a think tank and a civil rights organization comprised of groups up and down the West Coast. Street Roots is also a member of the Housing Alliance, an Oregon-based housing and homelessness policy advocacy organization. Street Roots Board of Directors meets monthly to discuss and manage the organization's fiscal and operation policies. Some of the board members have college degrees, but some also live in the street or are past homeless people. Others have experience in business management and newspaper administration. By design, we have a balance of representation from among staff members and vendors and people from the community at large. Street Roots empowers hundreds of individuals who are experiencing homelessness and poverty with immediate income and the ability to improve their quality of life. They have helped with housing and prevent homelessness for more than 250 individuals each year, while producing award-winning quality journalism that focuses on solutions for civic engagement. Street Roots highlights organizations and individuals across the community and they empower local leaders to inspire change within this community. This company also produces more than 100,000 Rose City resource guides. Annually, these distribute more than 200 organizations and to institutions in Portland, but overall, Street Roots helps change community perspectives and build community coalitions that work toward creating social justice for everyone in Portland.
But how can we expand the resources already being utilized by Street Roots? We have come up with a plan to form a coalition between Street Roots and one of the greatest companies in the Portland-Multnomah County area.
Nike has a mass appeal to a rather large portion of the world. They have a huge population that looks up to the people associated with Nike. People like Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, Derek Jeter, and many more of the best athletes in their respected sports. This gives Nike an appeal to many children as well as athletes all over the world. Because they see if the best athletes are wearing that gear, why shouldn't they? What about the everyday population? Those that aren't much into sports and don't follow which athletes are at the top of their profession. These are the people that want to know what else this Fortune 500 company is doing other than helping out the ones that are already profiting greatly. That is where the Nike Foundation comes in, where their ongoing efforts to help out the youth in developing countries, it draws more interest to the company. By partnering with Street Roots, Nike will have a unique opportunity to bring jobs back to America and give a chance to those that need it most in our country. Street Roots is a nonprofit organization that lends a hand to those that have the desire to succeed, even though they have had it rough. The vendors are hardworking, determined individuals that are doing everything in their power to get back on their feet. If given a chance in the job market, these vendors would thrive to be the best employee they can be. Nike would be playing a huge role in getting people off the streets. Nike would be playing a huge role in getting people off the streets in the Beaverton, Portland area, right in the backyard of the Nike headquarters. It would bring a new image to Nike, giving yet another marketing opportunity and help to our local community.
In the line of work created by Street Roots, we have found that in a short period of time, those willing and able to create a sales format for themselves as newspaper vendors have been able to hold a steady client base by themselves. The product they sell is great, but what really draws the customer to buy the newspaper are the smiles, humor, and overall great attitude of our vendors. Their generosity and drive to sell has shown us the power of hope, and we are certain that it will show the Nike Foundation the same.
We could maybe have a conversation, make a connection. I think that's one of the gifts of Street Roots to our community, is building connections across socioeconomic lines, gender lines, ability lines.
What we're asking of those at the Nike Foundation is to create 10. That's right, 10. Only 10 annual jobs for certified Street Roots vendors. These jobs will help these thriving independent salespeople work with experience at a higher caliber corporation to further their work experience and give them a better backing onto future references. Please help us get these workers on their way to a high plateau. Given the opportunity, we trust they will thrive and become a great success in their fields. Thank you.
It's all about two of the P words, positivity and presentation. positivity, and presentation. It gives me the opportunity to not only be a part of a great organization that really helps people, but to really go out there and engage with the community. And hey, thank you very much. Hold on one second.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. That's about Damian Lillard. He's the rookie sensation for the Portland Trailblazers.
I want that.
Take care. Yeah. So in general, Street Roots is basically family to me.
Well,